Alright, welcome everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how we can deploy the website on a GCP compute engine or something. So before we get into the deployment, first thing what we have to understand is what kind of a website it is, what is the user base, like how many users are going to access this website. So for this video, I'm just considering a basic website, or you can consider as a static website. Okay, so I'll be using compute engine for this. The reason is there are less users who will be accessing this website. That is first thing. Second thing is this is a static website or not a dynamic website. And the third thing is currently it is in testing phase. So whenever it is in testing phase, you need the QA team to do some quality testing before it even goes to prod. So ideally you need a sandbox environment where you can deploy this website and ask the QA team to test it out. So for those purposes, or even you can deploy it in prod by having a bigger compute instance, and then you can deploy this website. Okay, before we get started, I will also show you, go on with the introduction. So let's start off with the introduction, like what is compute engine. So compute engine is nothing but a VM instance provided by GCP. So like GCP is a cloud vendor, so they provide both cloud, they provide both compute services, they provide storage services, they also provide some ML AI capabilities as well. Okay, so today, to start off with compute engine, why did I even consider the compute engine part? So there is something called free tier products in GCP. So in free tier for compute engine, it says like one E2 micro instance per month can be used. So considering this, I thought of deploying my instance on this one E2 micro instance. So let me get started. So if I have to create a compute instance, I definitely need a VPC network. So this is my project. So I go into VPC network to see if any VPC network is present. So by default there will be a default network that is available in any GCP project. So I'll be considering this default network to create the compute instance today. So since the VPC network is already there, now let's search for compute engine, and I'm moving to compute engine now. So let's create one instance. Instance name, you can name it as per your choice, but by default it comes up with this timestamp something, and I want to create it in the default region, US Central one, but I will have to check for the specific configuration, which is E2 and E2 micro instance. So that is done. And on the disk size, maybe I can even take 30 GB of standard disk to make sure that my code base gets deployed and it uses some of the disk space here. And compute engine default service account, I'll go with that. And I definitely need HTTP and HTTPS access, and I can also enable ops agent to monitor the logs of this particular instance for the future purpose, for troubleshooting purpose. So I'll go ahead and create. Before that, if you click on equivalent code, it also give you the gcloud command which you can use, or even the REST API details which you can use to create this instance. Rather than from the console, you can also use these two different methods to create it from your side. So let's go ahead and create this instance. Okay, let's give some time for the instance to get created. Meanwhile, let's go back to the document just to check if we are missing anything. So VPC network is already there, subnet is there, IP ranges are already there for the default network. So we are trying to create a compute instance now. After we create the compute instance, we will have to SSH into that instance. Let's check, let's give some more time to see if the instance is getting created. Let me refresh this page. All right, I think we have the status as green. The instance is running. Let's quickly SSH into the instance. It is asking for the authorization, so I need to authorize it first. Only then I can able to SSH. It is trying to check who is trying to SSH. So I as a user trying to SSH, right? So once the authorization request and access part is done, it will take me to the instance. So I'm into the instance now. So ideally, if we want to deploy the website, we need a server to be installed. So let me check if I have the necessary commands. Yeah, here we go. So I have certain commands which I'll use to uh, get the Apache server installed into my instance. Let me quickly install the Apache server. Okay, so Apache server is installed. So let's quickly check that using the public IP. So I'll copy this public IP. I'll go into a new tab and just type http slash colon and then put the IP address to see if I'm able to access. Great, I'm able to access the server now. So the next step is to go and deploy the website. So I have the website in my cloud storage bucket. Let me show you that bucket as well. So if I just quickly duplicate this tab and then go into the bucket. All right, let's go into cloud storage bucket. Okay, here we go. So I have something called, all right, let me confirm which bucket it is. So it is prg aku dev. So yeah, this is the bucket. So I have my website code here. So as you see, so I have all the html files, css files here. So I just need to copy this files into the necessary location. So for that, let me open the instance, cd to that particular location. So cd var www.html. So I think I'm on the right location now. So I can remove the default index html file, and later which I'll try to copy the uh, my current code base. So this is the command that I'm going to use. So gsutil is the command line prompt commands which allows me to copy from my bucket into the current directory. Okay, so let me quickly copy this command. uh, Let me paste that here and click on enter. Okay, looks like the code is getting copied into this instance. Okay, all right, it's copied now. Let me just refresh this page to see if I'm able to see the website. All right, I think we are good. So the website is shown clearly here. uh, this is the sample example, like how we can deploy the website into the instance. As I said earlier, so we need to focus on the user base, the number of users accessing this website, whether it is a static or a dynamic website, and then the finally, like, what is the purpose of deploying this website. Since it is a test website that I want to ask my QA developers to start testing it, I think we can go ahead and use this free tier compute engine which is available for us. Create that compute engine and then deploy the server. After you deploy the server, if you have the code base in the cloud storage, just copy that into the instance exactly to that particular folder which I've just showed you. so where slash www slash html, and then finally you can access the website from using that particular ip address. Okay, all right, I think this helps you. Let's see you in the upcoming videos. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Do like if you do like this video if you really like the content. Thank you.